Welcome to episode 6 of Cinemacast. I'm Steve McGilvery.
I'm Malik Headley.
And Jason Ford.
Today we'll be doing another review. I think we did this 2 episodes ago, but today we'll be reviewing the movie Unsane and Killing of a Sacred Deer. So, Malik, do you want to describe basically what Unsane is?
Alright, so basically Unsane is a brand new film about a girl who, I guess she thinks she has a stalker following her, so she goes to a new town or a new city to start a new life, and during that time period she suffers hallucinations and visions, so she decides to get checked out at a hospital, which decides to keep her there longer than she wanted to, and there she starts to see her stalker, and then the question arises whether or not he's actually there or it's all in her head.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like the entire movie. It's not long. I think it's only an hour and probably 30, but
Felt long though.
it felt long, and I'll tell you right now, this was not a good film. Steven Soderbergh directed it, and he's actually a well-known director. Like, he made Ocean's 8 and not Ocean's 8, Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
And he made like Logan Lucky and like Magic Mike. I know that's not like a good film, but they're high profile. And the big thing with this was he shot this with an iPhone, which got everyone like kind of buzzing, and I think that's what made people go see it even more.
That was the gimmick of the
that
film.
was the whole thing, because like this seems to be a trend with filmmakers now to go in the style of iPhone. But I mean, it's not even, that wasn't even the worst part about this movie, like, but it didn't do any favors.
No, it didn't look horrible though.
As far as the whole shooting with an iPhone goes, this was for sure used as a gimmick to sell the movie.
Yeah, big time.
Because that director could have used actual film cameras.
Yeah, 100%.
And with the use of the iPhone, it has this weird, focusing range.
Yeah.
So shot after shot is just close-up after close-up. And it's
it seems like every dialogue scene is like in their face, like in their face.
Too close.
Got any thoughts yet?
Pretty much same as the boys. Like, I didn't like it that much. It was just like the idea could have been cool, but like the movie was just like the way they did it was like kind of weird.
Yeah, I think the way that they like told the story, I think that was definitely
I like the story. Like, I don't know if are we doing spoilers?
Yeah,
not like spoilers, but it's not even a spoiler. Like the why she had to keep there with the tax scandal thing. Like, that was kind of like a cool idea.
Why she stayed there.
Yeah,
and it's just like the main character. I don't know her name. She was good.
She gave a good performance.
Yeah, she did, but everyone else gave.
Oh my god.
And like
the main villain. What's his name in it?
I don't like.
Sheldon?
He's from the original Blair Witch. But he was horrible.
Oh my god, he was so bad.
Sometimes it was actually cringeworthy.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing on
and
set.
It's actually so easy to tell how bad they were, like the other supporting cast.
Yeah. And then there was there's one of the sets where it's supposed to be like this confined room, but you can see
the climax scene.
You can kind of see like light creeping in from a corner of the room.
It almost looked like a door was opening.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it looked like.
Exactly. Yeah, it's hard to tell though because of the iPhone's quality and focus.
And here comes a little spoiler of a cameo. So
weird cameo.
Also, my favorite part of the movie.
Here comes the strangest cameo in the past 20 years is Matt Damon. Okay, Matt Damon is in this movie for approximately a minute 30.
Doing nothing.
He's never heard of again.
He's not even mentioned.
It's not even a big part, really.
If you look up the movie and look at the cast, you're not going to see Matt Damon there.
Matt Damon also didn't want to be mentioned in Interstellar, but that was a critically
acclaimed.
That's a great movie. Like, I wouldn't if you're not mentioned in that movie, people are still going to see it. But like, you're not mentioned in Unsane, like.
See why I didn't want to.
Matt Damon plays this kind of security counselor. He works with people who are being stalked or maybe in the witness protection, and basically teaches them the best way to stay safe and like what to do and not to do in certain situations, know your exits, things like that.
Yeah. It's so quick though.
And it's like he gives her a book. It's like your like fear your best friend or something like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
But you could tell that this was like a favor Matt Damon owed
Oh,
him or
yeah,
something.
like he did
He was
Soderbergh
in
a favor.
and out. I
Yeah.
never seen dialogue.
He did some of his movies though, didn't he?
Yeah,
Maybe
he's
I-
in like the ocean.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Alright,
I never
and,
seen dialogue perform so quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about the whole scene with him is that book was never brought up again, was it? I don't think.
No,
No,
I don't think she regarded it at all.
It was
Because
just that she's like, make that book your best friend.
I think it was just
Yeah.
saying, yeah, I can get Matt Damon in this movie. So
Yeah, Matt Damon's there.
I know Chef not
Same thing as
Matt Damon
Interstellar?
wants to come in. So it's better, but no, it's not better. It's just a bad movie, I think, and I don't know. I didn't really know what to think going into it, but
I thought it might be like sneaky good.
Yeah.
yeah,
but
No,
like
no,
we
no.
said, the iPhone, in my opinion, wasn't even the worst part of it, but it definitely didn't do it any favors. Like
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
the night
It was,
scene, you could tell was definitely with the iPhone.
It's also-
Well, the night scene was actually what they call a day for night, and it's when they shoot the entire scene in the day, and then they just color corrected blue
Yeah.
I was gonna say it is blue.
And
to
my
yeah,
God, you can
to,
tell.
to be nighttime, and
Yeah.
that's probably just because the capabilities of the iPhone is just not capable of
Yeah.
getting anything good
Exactly,
in the
yeah.
pitch black, especially out in the woods.
Yeah, and like I think if he did shoot this with a regular camera, it would probably be worse because like you kind of give him some, you kind of got to cut him some slack here because he's shooting it with an iPhone.
Yeah.
But if he shot it with a regular camera, I think it'd
It'd
be
just
like,
be a bad
okay,
movie.
the story is terrible, the
Yeah.
acting is terrible. I don't
Oh,
know
the
what
story.
he's doing.
Yeah, this cabin. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the way it's shot draws attention to itself, which kind of makes you feel
Yeah.
certain, like uneasy in some
Yeah, exactly.
scenes. And I think I remember there being one or two shots that I liked.
Yeah, like as far as like focusing goes and stuff.
Main
like,
villain, though. Oh my god.
And I found it got way too repetitive because like the whole point is she's in this institution and she wants to get out and she's frustrated that she can't, but it's just like she gets crazy, like mad,
Yeah.
and then next day something happens and she gets crazy mad and it's just over and over.
She reasonably gets angry and upset about what's happening because she
Josh
is
on the movie.
being like held there against her will, essentially.
Yeah.
Not legally speaking, so
No,
like
not.
they found a
no,
loophole, but
yeah.
yeah, every time she does something, they just drug her to sleep, basically.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then
And that
takes
happens
up.
a lot during
Yeah.
this movie.
And also, at one point during the movie, you figure out, like, you know, the whole movie, like, the whole movie's, like, pretty much trying to figure out if she's actually insane or not. But at one,
Yeah.
it's, like, halfway through the movie where, like, he shows up to the mom's house.
Oh,
That's when you
yes,
kind of
yeah.
realize, like,
Yeah, that's when you kind of know it's, like, okay, the movie's, like,
it's
it's not even trying to figure it out anymore.
no, it's basically just it's just in the title, just like Unsane,
Yeah,
but
insane. Like,
it's just
I don't know. It's
She's
just
not-
mediocre movie. It's just,
Yeah, see it.
I didn't really like it, to be honest with you.
I wouldn't pay for it.
No, I
But I
wouldn't.
did.
But I did. But
Yeah, cheap night, I
cheap
think.
night though. But yeah, I think I probably didn't have much expectations anyway because
No.
just everything around it. Like I wasn't.
yeah.
I don't know.
Something else that's in the movie is like there really isn't a plot twist.
Never. No.
What would have actually done this movie
No,
wonders.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. No plot twist throughout the whole thing. It just pretty much carries momentum till the very end, and you're just like, okay. And even the last scene is like, kind of makes her.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's
Kind of gives it something,
They
I
kind
guess.
of try to throw their own. Yeah, you know. what I
yeah,
mean?
the last scene.
They
I'm
try
just
to throw
remembering
their own
this.
twist, but it's just
Yeah.
like
They're not making
okay,
another one,
this is
though,
what
so-
the whole movie was about. Wasn't
Yeah.
it?
The girl
This movie sucks, isn't
goes missing from her job for a while, weeks,
Yeah.
months maybe, and then when she gets back to work, she just gets immediately
Yeah,
promoted.
It's just fine. Yeah, like
she becomes an executive.
and like what a thing too is her work never bothered to look where she was.
No.
Yeah.
Was that wasn't said, was
the
it?
thing was like they established that she in the beginning they established that she has this friend at work.
Yeah.
And then throughout the whole movie, that friend doesn't show up until the end where they're
Yeah,
having
exactly.
dinner. It's
Um,
like
she's
awkward
just all of a
talking.
sudden promoted.
her friend didn't try looking for her, helping
No.
her, or nothing.
And she was there for a week, I think.
Oh, she's there for a while. Well,
5 days or.
she ends up getting trapped without being in the system
Yeah.
of the
that's
hospital
true,
at
yeah.
one point
Yeah.
as well.
I think we were saying this before. I think the only thing that was like good about the story was the actual plot to keep her there, like the insurance.
Yeah, that was kinda cool.
Plot because like, I guess
Yeah.
that would happen, but you're kind of a prisoner, and I don't leave the doors. That'd just be my thing. Just
Yeah.
just run.
Walk over.
Yeah, there were some scenes where she could have easily just got
Oh,
up
she was right by the sliding
and-
doors
and
Yeah.
left without any
I know.
any fights or people trying to keep her in there because
Just
Yeah.
and like I found it frustrating because like the lawyer
Yeah.
Basically said nothing you can do.
It doesn't even make sense.
But like, just get out and
Honestly,
run.
I'd rather get sued by them than be trapped in there.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Unsane, we all came together on a 5.1 out of 10 rating. So that is not good
Don't watch it.
at all. But yeah, I don't know. Watch it. Just watch it to see what the iPhone looks like. Basically, what I would recommend.
Yeah, it's
And
definitely
just-
not.
And this is definitely not to discourage anybody who would want to make a film with an iPhone.
No, definitely
No,
not.
that's not even the bad part.
No, that's
In fact, that's
exactly-
like an amazing thing you can do. Is
Yeah.
just this was just the fact that they did it was purely, in my opinion, just this marketing gimmick
big
Yeah,
time.
because he
to get
obviously
people to
has
see
the,
to get people to see a movie that they, I guess, knew was bad.
Yeah,
yeah, because he
exactly.
definitely could use like real cameras
Yeah.
as he
Yeah.
has before.
I think it's actually cool that iPhones be used. Like, if Tangerine's on Netflix, and that's actually a quality iPhone movie.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
It is because it fits.
Just has a good story though.
It fits the story.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a gritty story, but this is, like you said, it was a marketing scheme, and even I heard interviews on the radio about it, and that's all that was mentioned was
That's
the
the
iPhone.
first thing, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, like yeah, that's why people see it.
It's essentially a commercial.
it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for the iPhone.
Exactly.
Movie's not good.
And another film that incorporates an iPhone is the documentary "The Art Life." It's about David
Oh,
Lynch.
yeah, yeah.
And the guy he used a normal camera and an iPhone during
Yeah.
the documentary. The only reason he uses iPhone is because he didn't always have his camera on him.
Yeah,
But in that movie, you cannot tell when
the difference is
what's being shot
yeah,
when,
exactly. Yeah.
unless you were, I guess, very
Like picking it
yeah.
up and like if you knew we were going in that for certain it was an iPhone.
I didn't find it until afterwards. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So not a great film by any means, but like we said, if you wanted to see what an iPhone looks like on a
Big screen.
motion picture,
Yeah,
check it
feature
out.
film.
So 5.1 out of 10, definitely horrendous, but we're gonna go on to our second movie here, and that is the Killing of a Sacred Deer, and that was directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. And do you wanna summarize what it's about?
Yeah, sure. Yorgos. What is the movie about again? Oh, pretty much at the start, it shows like there's this doctor and like some sort of like child, but it's not his, and he's just like taking care of him. And pretty much the story is that Colin Farrell, his character, I forget his name, but he did surgery on what's the kid's name? You know?
Martin.
Martin's father, and it didn't go good. And Colin Farrell just tries to like be there for him, like as a father figure. And the story pretty much goes that like Martin
Martin.
just gets like a weird kind of like, I don't know, he kind of like wants Colin Farrell to be his father in a way, and he like puts like, I don't know what it is that
It's basically a story
not
of
explained.
it's
Yeah.
basically a story of revenge.
yeah,
kind
pretty
of.
much, and he
It's
just
the
Yeah.
weirdest revenge
But
story.
it's
ever.
like-
yeah, it's so weird.
maniacal beyond
Oh,
any
God.
means. Like, so yeah, Colin Farrell, the doctor, and it's right off the bat it shows that this Martin is they just have a relationship, but it's unknown until further into the movie.
Yeah.
But Martin, right off the bat, is one of the weirdest kids you'd ever meet in your life. Like, weird, strange, right? And then it just progresses into nothing good.
Yeah, nothing
Yeah.
good happens for anyone.
This film also has probably my top 3 opening scenes where it's just like the heart
Oh, yeah.
beating.
Yeah, that's
'cause-
real too,
With
which is
the
pretty crazy.
With the opera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's because Colin Farrell's character is a surgeon, a cardiologist
Yeah.
who works on hearts, and just from the beginning, it's like him and the anesthesiologist are just talking about their watches,
Yeah.
and it's right in the beginning, you just know like
It's gonna be strange.
It's not something
Yeah.
that you see.
And the dialogue is like is one of my favorite parts. But I think for if you didn't like movies that much, you would think this dialogue is the weirdest that you've ever heard.
Oh, it is.
It's but like, it's just like kind of robotic type of way. But if you his last film, The Lobster, is the same way, like
Yeah.
the same
just his style.
dialogue that's
Yeah.
given. But it works for the movies because the style.
It's a dry delivery
Exactly.
of
Yeah.
pretty much every single line.
Yeah, there's no emotion
Yeah.
in
No,
anything.
exactly.
Even when they
I
when
can actually
Martin,
be a good actor in his movies, just because.
when Martin reveals that he kind of did something,
Yeah.
whatever it was, to
Something bad.
Colin Farrell's family, he doesn't get up and start yelling at him or
No.
screaming. He just looks at him
Exactly.
horrified, but
Yeah.
the dialogue remains
Dialogue
same.
remains just like even like, and there's just lines like I'll give you one for example. So Martin looks at Colin Farrell's character and says, "Yeah, your son said you have a lot of hair, Can you take off your shirt and show me? Like, that is just a line in the movie. And then Colin Farrell takes off his shirt and he just looks at him, just chest and says, yeah, you have a lot of hair. Not 3 times as much as me, but yeah, a lot. Like, it's just like...
He just explains it's because he's older.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but that's just so normal, and then they go on about their day.
Yeah. And it's like, Martin's also, he's just like, Colin Farrell's character's like, why aren't you eating your fries? He's like, I like to save them for last because they're my favorite. I'm
Me
the same
too.
Yeah, me too. I'm the same way.
And,
Weird.
But yeah, so Colin Farrell, it's established that he was a heavy drinker.
He used to drink
3 years ago. I think he was 3 years sober.
Before surgery or something.
And
Yeah, you do it before surgery.
so like, it assumes that he was doing it while in the surgery of Martin's father, and well, he obviously feels bad because he literally makes time for him. But Colin Farrell has 2 kids, a boy and a girl, and then Martin starts to get a relationship with them, but then he kind of just like manipulates his way into the family and just kind of basically tries to just end it.
It's really weird. He also tries to, at one point, to hook up Colin Farrell's character with his mom.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's the weirdest exchange in the movie.
He just talks about how nice doctors' hands are. And the things that happen to them.
Yeah, he says, okay, you can come over to my house, watch my favorite movie, Groundhog Day, okay? He gets there. It's 5 minutes in the movie. Martin looks at him and says, yeah, I guess I gotta go to bed now. And then just leaves him there with his mother.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
That's how awkward that is.
And that whole scene is just cringe-worthy,
Yeah.
but it's so funny because like, it just works so well with that movie.
Yeah.
So funny though.
There's just so many memorable scenes
There
and
is,
phrases in there, like when Colin Farrell's wife goes over to Martin's house, which is played by, who was it? Nicole Kidman.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She gives a great
She
performance
does,
in this.
He is really good.
And he's getting ready to go to school, I guess, and he's just talking about how everyone says that he eats spaghetti exactly like his father. He's like, he sticks the fork and twirls it around and around and around, and he shoves it in his mouth. And he's just disappointed because he found out everybody eats spaghetti the same way.
And it's like all over his face. And
It's
serious
it's
talking to him.
It's
Talking
disgusting.
to her. And like there's this one scene with Colin Farrell, and so like you don't know what Martin does to the kids, like,
But there's stages
but
as well.
there's they don't. First, it starts off with they can't move their legs, like that's the first stage,
And they lose
there's-
their appetite.
Yeah, and they run like every test possible, like you can think of, and they find nothing, and then Colin Farrell takes donuts and just starts shoving them down his kid's mouth. He's like, "You have to eat," and it's just
I
like,
want them
oh
gone.
my god.
Welcome back on.
But it's also like Colin Farrell trying to save his.
Yeah,
like,
he's just trying
Yeah,
to be a good guy.
he's definitely panicked and worried because
Yeah,
this is a doctor who can't find a reasonable explanation for what's going on.
Yeah.
And his son, there's one point where he's like, he doesn't necessarily believe that he can't walk, so he takes him down a hallway, picks him out of the wheelchair, and just drops
him.
drops
Yeah,
on the
exactly.
floor. And that's when they get to a point where Colin says, I'll tell you a secret, and then you tell me one, and
Oh my
you
God.
got to see that.
And that's it anyway. You'll know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's just it's probably the strangest dialogue I've ever heard in
That's
any
a-
movie. That's
Definitely not something you would imagine a father telling their
like,
kid.
Dad.
and it's funny because it's like almost like it is a frustration point because he actually thinks that Bob's just playing a prank.
Yeah.
And like throughout the movie, Bob's kind of like a kid who
He doesn't get his hair
cut his
cut.
hair cut. He
No.
doesn't water the
Kind of
plants.
disobedient.
So then
Yeah.
Colin Farrell's like, okay, you're gonna do this. You're gonna be no TV for like a while or something. Right?
Yeah.
And then he just flops him, and his legs just don't move. and then probably a week later, I don't even know if it's a week. It happens with his daughter. And then, like, it's just like an unknown thing, but Martin is the whole reason behind this, and he's just one of the most maniacal characters
He's a weird guy.
in the like in any movie, because it's just like, and he's only like a teenager, but he's just scary kid,
And there's
scary man.
There's also a point in the movie where Colin Farrell's character has to make a very heavy decision, and the way he goes about doing that
That's also annoying, isn't it?
involves a blindfold and some spinning.
Yeah, like
Yeah, just won't rule that because
like no, yeah, like Martin gives him basically
The choice.
he gives him a choice,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like this evil man, Martin, gives him a chance to or Colin Farrell a chance to do to make
Fix
the
things.
decision, right?
Yeah.
And the
Not
way he
fix
makes
things.
this decision, is
Not good.
the ending is just
Yeah.
insane. It's insane the way that it plays out. But I like the way it played out just because.
Yeah. Something that is also really great in the movie is how it's just not explained how Martin has these capabilities.
Yeah.
And he has the ability to, it seems like, to turn it off and on whenever he wants to, because there's one point where the daughter's in the hospital, she can't
Yeah.
walk, and Martin's outside the hospital, and he
Yeah.
lets her get up and walk to
Oh, yeah.
He
to the
does,
window.
Yeah, and then Bob tries and he falls right down his
Falls on
bed.
his face. He says, "I want to walk
Yeah,
too."
and I don't
It's also like a point in the movie where I guess you could take it either way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
I guess I
want
won't
to
say anything,
spoil anything because it's on Netflix now, and I actually recommend anyone to watch
Yeah,
this.
it's
But
actually really good.
maybe we'll tweet it in a week or so about a theory that you could have about this. But it's a lot of ways you can go about it. But yeah,
the ending wasn't there was not really an ending. There was, but there wasn't. Nothing's explained.
Nothing
happened.
is explained, but you can go a lot of ways with it. But
There was, but
Yeah.
it's hard to say whether anything was really resolved.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
the last scene takes place in a diner,
Yeah,
and
It's a weird scene.
it's
weird
actually
scene, yeah.
it's all in
It's,
slow motion.
Yeah.
horrifying scene.
Oh, it
Weird
it
music
is.
on them.
And just
Just opera.
this, Yorgos Lanthimos has made this and The Lobster, and they're both pretty similar.
Yeah.
But he's a great director. Though.
He's really good.
and he
So
writes
original.
writes
Yeah.
it both too.
Mhm.
So I'm
So
looking forward to anything
Every
that
movie he comes
gets.
out with, I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to.
I don't know who the director of photography is for
Yeah.
these movies,
But
but the way they
great
are shot
shots,
Yeah, they're wicked.
is some of the most It's weird to make a hospital look beautifully shot,
I
but
know,
yeah.
it is.
Oh, he
So
did too.
it's
Just
just
amazing.
the hallways and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
the way they
it's
move throughout the
eerie,
hallways.
Yeah. And even my I got my dad to watch this movie, and he was it reminded him of a Kubrick movie, big time.
Yeah, especially
Yeah,
the
she
And it
does,
shots,
does
shots,
too,
yeah.
the
the symmetry of the shots.
does, and
Yeah.
it's
Especially
like-
killing him is sacred too.
Yeah, and just the way it is, right? And I actually agree big time. And even Corey Bloy said it reminded him of The Shining in a type of way. So it has a Kubrick vibe to it. And I think it does too.
It's
big
also
time.
fitting because it has Nicole Kidman, who was in
Yeah, it does.
Eyes Wide Shut,
Eyes on
Oh,
the
yeah.
Shut,
Yeah.
exactly.
a Kubrick film.
Working with
Yeah,
the
that's the
madman.
guy. But yeah, so he worked with Colin Farrell for both movies, and I think Colin
Farrell's
is
his actor.
He'll
unreal
probably
with
be
him.
maybe not main character in every movie, but he'll probably
Yeah.
have a role to play. I'd
Yeah,
say.
exactly.
He definitely gets the style.
Yeah, I'd like to see him in
Yeah.
all his movies. Honestly, I like them together.
So do I like
Yeah.
Colin Farrell in general, and
Yeah,
he's
so
different
funny.
in this, but it works big time with the way that it's written and directed. But yeah,
What's our score on it?
we came together and we sided with a score of 8.5 out of 10. So that's a very, very good rating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just actually probably last week I put on Netflix. So anyone listening, I'd actually recommend big time for you to watch this
Check
movie.
it out.
I think
I
it's
also
about
think,
2
uh,
hours maybe.
I also think the Lobster's
that.
still on there as
The
well.
Lobster is,
so,
yeah.
Yeah. I think
So
we
if
talked
you
about
wa-
the Lobster or
The Lobster. We that
Yeah.
that came up a couple times. That was,
If you watch this and you liked it, watch Lobster
Yeah.
because you'll like that for sure.
yeah.
I should like killing. Or I don't know.
I prefer the Lobster.
Yeah,
Stuff,
I don't
yeah.
know.
It is
I like
very
both,
tough.
honestly.
So yeah, anyone got any movie news?
Well, the most recent one that I just
Yeah.
read on it's all over Instagram is that the actor who plays the drill sergeant in Full Metal Jacket, that's his best known role, I'd say,
Yeah.
just recently passed away.
Yeah. Today, I think.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
today. And he's also in he's in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, like one of the remakes.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I
and
think he was also.
Oh, he actually
I
is,
think he was
actually.
also voiced in Toy Story. I believe.
Really?
I think.
that wouldn't surprise me. Maybe one of the plastic
Yeah,
soldiers
I
or
think
something
so.
like that.
But his role in Full Metal Jacket, though, man. Oh.
He's
Yeah,
wicked,
almost
I'd
all
say.
completely
Isn't
improvised.
he?
It
Yeah,
is.
isn't he
It's
actual
easy.
drill sergeant?
Yeah, he
Like,
was.
Yeah, he used to be an actual drill sergeant. He's also on a show on the History Channel where they would just shoot guns,
really?
guns and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Police.
I forget what it's called.
Oh, he was up. He
Oh,
was
he's a
up.
mean guy.
mean man.
Wanna kill him?
I was watching, Full Metal Jacket, but it
Yeah.
actually worked, obviously, because
Oh yeah.
Well, he was originally there just to train the
Yeah, he was,
actor
eh?
Oh, really?
who was going to play the drill
Yeah.
sergeant, but I think
Kubrick
he was
liked
the.
him so much, I guess.
I think he actually was one of the people that he actually suggested to Kubrick, it's like I want
Yeah.
to play this role, because I guess he had an interest in acting as well.
Yeah.
Did it ever work though?
Oh,
Big
it
time.
worked amazing.
Oh, he's working.
Yeah.
That's it's actually
Yeah.
sad though to hear about that. He must
Arlie
have been old.
Army, yeah.
Okay.
AKA Gunny.
Gunny.
Yeah.
So rest in peace, Gunny.
That's
I got a little two piece little Paul Thomas Anderson action here, but apparently Paul Thomas Anderson is in the works with his next movie and he's writing it, and right now his script page count is 600.
Yeah.
600 pages. So
yeah, which is pretty crazy considering like
apparently, yeah.
like a 2-hour movie would probably be like an hour or an hour, like
Well,
100.
the way
something,
roughly
27.
the way they roughly translate it is like a minute a page.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
imagine watching something that's 600 minutes.
So and I
Yeah.
But he's cutting it down.
he is, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
from what I'm from what I'm
masterpiece,
reading, it's apparently it's like his passion project that he's been working on since probably forever. So
I listened
pretty
to
cool.
I listened
Yeah,
to a
it sounds
podcast
good.
that he was on
yeah,
where they asked him about it,
Yeah.
and he said basically, yeah, he had this idea for a while and he's been working on it for a long time, and right now he's going through it and taking out all of his favorite parts in
Yeah.
order to make and like making a story out of them.
yeah.
And yeah, he said that he mostly works on it at his kitchen table.
Really, that's just
Yeah.
exciting though.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
anything with him, right? And if it's a passion project, he has good taste, so you know it's
Oh.
gonna be unreal.
Yeah, that's gonna be really good. It's probably not gonna come out forever, but
No, at least another
Yeah,
5 years
yeah.
maybe.
I'd say
Seems like that's what he takes
his
between
last movie was like 2012.
He was
14 and then Phantom Thread
Oh,
this
yes,
year.
yeah.
So.
what was the
Oh,
one
yeah,
that
I
came
forgot
out
about
after Inherent Vice? Was that Phantom Thread?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Phantom Thread.
Okay,
so
well,
that's- yeah.
in the podcast, he also said that he started writing that while they were still editing, like Inherent Vice.
Really?
Like
Oh,
that's when
really?
he started working on that.
Jeez,
Yeah,
yeah.
so years ago.
He actually doesn't stop.
So this will probably be like a 10-year project then. I also heard that he was working, and we said this before, working on some with his daughter, whether that goes through or not.
Oh, you're saying that.
I also, he was asked about Tarantino retiring after 10 movies, and he basically said he is, like, I don't know what he's thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why would you do
Yeah,
that?
he basically said, I don't even understand why he would do that, because he basically said that he will make movies until he dies.
Yeah.
And he just thinks it's silly that Tarantino would even think about retiring after 10, and I guess I'd agree, honestly.
It is
Yeah.
kind of weird though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like Tarantino kind of like fell into this business
No.
or like got caught
big
up in
time,
it.
man.
He for sure wanted to. I think he did at least
Yeah.
to make films.
Exactly.
Watches so many of them.
You would think, right?
Yeah.
It's not like he makes like a lot either.
No.
Obviously, he's only gonna make 10.
I definitely think even if he does make 10 stops for a while and does what he said he was going to do with books and
Yeah.
live like theater plays, he's going to make return to films.
Oh,
And it's going
I'd
to be
say,
it's
yeah.
going to be one
There's
of the
a
biggest
few-
things.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that actually retired and they come back.
Well, I
Yeah.
think Daniel Day-Lewis retired 7 times.
Yeah, and he's retired
Yeah.
again.
And he'll be back.
He'll be back though.
Yeah.
Whatever Paul Thomas Anderson's writing again, he'll probably
He'll
be in
be
it.
the star.
But Tarantino will.
I guarantee
I'm
he'll come back.
willing to bet he'll make more than 10 films. Let's
Yeah.
just say that.
Yeah.
When you like movies that much as him, and he's a cinephile, he will make more.
All it will take is an idea to get
Exactly.
his,
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
he'll
head.
watch something and then like give him an idea. And then,
Yeah.
Exactly. And why wouldn't you, right?
Oh, he's so good that you shame not to.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Any more?
I can't even think.
Was
of
that like both your things?
Yeah, that was a little 2-part PTA.
I'm trying to think I heard anything.
You Were Never Really Here's out now, but of course not coming to
It's
Sydney.
not out here.
So I don't
That's
know.
sad.
I don't
wanna
know
see
when
that.
I'll see that, but it's been getting great reviews.
Yeah.
That looks really good. I love Joaquin Phoenix though.
Yeah, and that Under the Silver Lake by David Robert Mitchell, the It Follows director, is premiering at Cannes next month. So
Yeah,
That looks really cool. I
looks
feel like it
like-
looks super
I'm on
cool.
the fence with it.
so am
Yeah.
I, but
Yeah.
I think I like that though.
Yeah, I think it
like
looks-
that I don't
What
know
did,
what the hell's going on.
What do you think? Did you see the new trailer for the movie with Timothée Chalamet?
Yeah,
Hot Summer Nights?
Yeah,
Nights.
did
That
you
does
watch that?
I like the look of that.
That has the girl from It Follows
It does,
in
yeah.
it as well.
I like the look of that.
Oh, the
big
blonde
time.
girl, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Which-
weird. Yeah, the,
Okay,
the, the main.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the main, yeah.
I found it weird because one of the first shots you see of Timotei in the trailer. He's wearing the exact same shirt.
It
And,
looks
I know.
exact same.
yeah,
He does.
I actually.
It also gave me a vibe of Call Me by Your Name because
It
it's
is.
like
yeah.
it's just like
but then it starts to
older
get,
man.
it starts to get
starts to get
maniacal.
weird because it's like it almost starts off. It's like looks like a love kind of summer
Yeah.
thing, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
Because then
sure
like
is.
a guy pulls
I
up
was
and
like,
he's
okay.
like, he has
Yeah,
weed
exactly.
on him.
I like the look of it.
I do.
Guarantee we're not getting that.
Oh god.
Like around here.
Maybe, I don't know.
You never know. I
I
guess.
would
But I
hope
feel like
was.
no.
Maybe if Timothy keeps skyrocketing his stardom,
Yeah, well-
maybe.
Yeah, and I just realized this because I watched it the other day, but Timotei's in Interstellar.
He
as
is.
the-
Yeah,
as
he's
the-
the he's the kid. in
Yeah.
it.
My
Tom, I
third
think,
time
yeah.
watching it, I just realized
Casey
that.
Affleck's kid. Is that who it is?
Well,
Well, he is Casey
Affleck.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah.
Matthew McConaughey's kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah.
So yeah.
He gets Tom.
I didn't even-
Gets the truck.
I didn't even know who he was.
No
so.
way I would recognize him before I watched like.
He's
Call
like
Me
a
by Your Name,
redneck
right?
in.
Yeah, he is.
in,
Oh yes, she is.
yeah.
Bad boy.
But now you're gonna start to see him in everything.
Hot Summer Nights. That's
Yeah.
already rated. That's been rated for a while.
It has. Well,
It has
I
a-
think that's been on the go like for a bit.
When I looked it up, it had an 8.
But
That was like long ago.
You want to know great marketing? Is that team right there because Call Me by Your Name comes out, does unbelievable,
Yeah.
and then they release Hot Summer Nights after,
Yeah.
and everyone's, me myself included, is gonna say, okay,
I'm gonna see it.
He's in it, so I'm gonna see it, right?
Yeah.
And
Reminds me
it's-
of the picture like this one.
And also, I'm actually
Wasn't it
very
a
curious
cartoon?
to see the
7.6.
girl from It Follows in another role.
yeah, exactly. Because she was really good in It Follows.
Yeah.
Like really good.
7.6 and 80%.
Yeah,
Is what
so
the ratings
far,
are,
and
yeah.
that'll go up,
That'll go
up or down,
up or down.
whether's. But like that Under the Silver Lake though, like I was reading an interview with Andrew Garfield and he said he didn't know what was going on. That's how
Apparently, after ever
confusing
seeing,
it
he
was.
didn't know what he was doing.
And it looks like that if you watch the trailer Under the Silver Lake. Take
Looks-
a look and just
I like the look of it
let us
though.
know what you think about the trailer. But
Yeah.
it does look a little weird, but It Follows did great, so
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
I'll definitely be watching. I actually like Andrew Garfield though. This is
Yeah.
not bad.
Depends.
I like him in
It does depend.
what's that movie called? Was
I like him in The Social Network.
yeah.
Yeah, he did great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Spider-Man near broke his career.
Yeah.
Broke
Big
my
time.
heart.
Yeah.
Bro, where?
But yeah, I do like him. Yeah.
not
Hacksaw
bad.
Ridge.
Definitely seems like a
great.
nice
He-
guy.
He does.
He is good in Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah,
though.
Hacksaw
Honestly,
Ridge,
That's a
yeah.
good movie.
That was alright.
Yeah.
So
Definitely not a bad war film.
this movie though, it looks like the Big Lebowski and Her Voice kind of.
Yeah,
vibe
his
to it.
style
Yeah,
is like
yeah.
Big
Big
Lebowski
time,
because he's
yeah.
like a goof.
It does. Like it's just.
He's wearing pajamas like pretty much the whole thing too.
And
Yeah.
I find in Her Voice more than that too because like he's a.
They used the song for Inherent
yeah.
Voice. That's in the
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
That-
Oh, really?
It's kind of the
Yeah.
same thing. He's looking for someone, right?
Yeah.
Like he's on the hunt. So
Drugs involved.
Drugs involved. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mystery well
yeah.
involved.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, what time period does it take? It takes place.
I think it's like today.
I think it's
No,
earlier.
I think
Oh, is it?
it's
I was thinking like 80s or
I think
90s, something
80s.
like that.
I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Is
80s.
it?
For
Actually,
sure.
couldn't even tell.
Yeah, but I'll be seeing it.
Yeah,
Whether-
hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, it won't come here.
I won't be
don't
seeing it here.
We'll be
I'll-
seeing
I'll
it
see it a
theaters.
year after it comes
Yeah,
out.
I'll see it on my laptop. That's on bootleg stream.
Yeah.
We'll just gotta go to Halifax and just watch
That's the
all the movies that
I have
just
to go
came
to
out.
Halifax and go one day and just watch every single movie.
Honestly, that's just a day of
Yeah.
cinema.
Sneaking everyone. Yeah, that's. I don't even have any other news other than that.
That's hers. Yeah.
Saw a few
Uh,
new movies. I guess.
No, Infinity War's coming out soon.
No,
Is that out
yeah,
today?
it's- No, it's
Or no, why would it be on
It's
Sunday?
coming at the 26th
Next
or
week, I
7th.
guess.
27th, yeah.
What's that? Like, what's
so
this?
that's like 2 weeks away.
I'm
But,
not.
So
So
that'll
it's
make,
next. I think it's next weekend, though, isn't it?
That'll make $3 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna
That-
be so much money.
Think it's gonna be in theaters as long as Black Panther or make as much money?
I think longer.
I think it's gonna make
I think
more.
maybe because Black Panther's
Make more money.
Yeah. Oh, it'll make more
Oh,
I
money.
think
feel
Black
like-
Panther made.
Because I
I'd
guess
be
there's
well
some
over
people that
that.
only like certain superheroes, so if you put them all in one,
Someone-
Exactly.
everyone's going to
I'll
be
be
going
able to
to
see
it.
someone, I guess.
Pretty sure Suicide Squad was in Sydney Cineplex
Oh.
for 3 years.
That's a guy.
Still there.
10 months
Is it?
at least.
3 months though.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
Jumanji was in there for about a solid 3.
While
at least.
The Shape of Water, okay, comes to Sydney Cineplex for a week.
I think it came for
and
the
leaves.
weekend.
Literally.
Did that?
Wait, it won an
that
Oscar?
did come here, yeah.
It did come for a week.
Yeah, I was
and-
here. My mother saw it.
I had to go back. Well, I went back to see 3 Billboards
Yeah.
instead. Like I had to make the
They
choice.
came here too, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for a sec.
For a week.
Same with like or Lady Bird. That
Yeah.
came back though.
Yeah.
It left and then came back.
Lady Bird came back, but we didn't get Shape of Water or
No.
3 Billboards until after the fact.
No.
That's so
Back.
funny they're here for like
Didn't
literally.
get
that
didn't get
drives.
Phantom Thread at all.
Yeah.
Didn't get Phantom Thread at all.
Did we get Call Me by Your Name?
No.
Didn't get
No.
Call Me by Your Name.
Didn't
Didn't
get
get
a
the
word of that.
Disaster Artist.
No.
Didn't get.
Shout out Sydney Cineplex.
Shout out City
So good.
Cineplex.
It's in theaters too. It's not really like they're like. There's
Yeah.
so many bad movies that go there. What's the new one that's there? It's like I didn't even see a trailer for it. It's like the volleyball one.
Miracle Season or something.
That looks.
maybe.
I don't know if the ratings say otherwise, but
Well, one of the problems is that like if we ask if the movie's coming here,
oh, they don't know.
They don't know.
they don't know, or they'll tell you,
No.
yeah, it
Just go
is.
on the site or
And-
something.
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
not-
we've asked and they said yes.
There was there's a new one.
it didn't come?
There's a new one playing now with John Hamm in it. Okay.
Okay, Peru.
Never.
Oh
seen
yeah, I saw that on the
anything
website.
No.
about it. Other
Trailer.
than when I looked up the what's playing.
What's the ratings?
Yeah, I just found out
Oh,
about
not
that
good.
recently.
They should
Not
bring
good.
bad movies only.
So
Feel bad for John Hamm. He's actually an
Yeah,
amazing
he's
actor, but
really
he
I
does
good.
get bad roles.
I like
Yeah.
John Hamm honestly.
Yeah, he does great in the show.
He's
Mad Men.
identical.
Madman, he
Yeah,
does.
and then Baby Driver.
I like him in a lot.
Yeah,
So hopefully, I think he'll start to get good, like better roles though.
hopefully.
Yeah, big time. But other than that, we missed last week due to
Weather is crazy.
weather. Yeah, big storm. So we're
And
back
then
on.
the week before that was Easter.
The week before that was Easter, so yeah, we're back on the releasing this on the Monday. So
Excuse me.
thank you for listening to episode 6. Later.
Later.
Later.